Hi, in this video we're going to talk about Pear Flashcard Factory. So in the Flashcard Factory game, students work together to create vocabulary flashcards by creating example sentences and illustrations for your list of vocabulary terms. At the end of the game, the teacher and students can review the cards and select the final set together. And then the teachers can print the final set. You can even export it to Gimkit, which is very cool, or you can export the list to your Google Classroom. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration of Flashcard Factory for you, and let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go to peardeck.com. You're going to log in, go up to Teacher Login. You're going to log in with Google. And then over here is Flashcard Factory. This takes you right to the vocab editor where you're going to enter your vocab terms. So I can enter, so let's say toolbar. Now here's my first term. The definition, I could type in my own definition, but I could also click over here to definitions, and this brings up the dictionary definition of toolbar for me, so we can work smarter and not harder. Now when the students play the game, they will actually see the definition in the game. So the students are supposed to give an example of the word, or you could have them use the word in a sentence. But if when you're playing the game you want them to give the definition of the word, then you would just leave this blank. All right, so I'm going to add a couple more words here. And then I'm going to put training. All right, so I have some that have a definition and some that don't, just so you'll see how it looks like when they actually play the game. Now here, you can sort the terms if you want. So you could sort them alphabetically. And then after you have your terms, you just simply click Play Flashcard Factory. Oh, it's telling me I'm missing some definitions. But for those words, I want the students to actually write the definition instead of giving me an example. So I am just going to say start game anyway. And if you're familiar with Pear Deck, you know the joinpd.com, and then they have a cute code that they give. And this is just giving some directions. So make sure this browser window is visible on your classroom projector. So that's fun. So they'll see everything that's happening. And then this is just a test. Say, okay, yep, I see it on my projector. And then tell your students they're going to go to joinpd.com. So I have a student right here. So I'm just going to type in the code XXCIWA, and then I don't even have to hit enter. It just automatically takes them to this page, and they won't be able to go any further until they get directions from you. So let me log Gabby in too. All right, so I got 2 kids ready to play. And look, it says 2 workers joined here. So you would want to wait until, if you got 20 kids, wait till it says 20. And then you have to scroll down a little bit, at least on my screen I did, and then I'm going to click clock in when I'm ready to go. So now this shows it. Now the computer, it automatically splits your kids into groups and into pairs. Now I only have 2 students, so I've got one on the day shift and one on the night shift. All right, so this is what the students see. So it says you're on your own, but if I had 20 kids, it would automatically match them with another student and then split the class into a group of 10 versus a group of another 10. So you have day shift and night shift. It's very cute. And then when you are ready, we're going to click Let's Play. That's the teacher clicking Let's Play. Now, this is what it looks like this is on the screen, okay? So it's got the day shift and the night shift, and it says students are now working on their flashcards. And let's bring over, this is Gabby. So this says draw an example of budget. So that's what the students are going to do. They're going to draw an example of budget. So I'm making like a $sign, and maybe I would draw a bank. So the students draw, and if they're paired up, one draws, one gives an example of a budget. And then when Gabby's done drawing, she says, I'm done drawing. And because she's playing by herself, she has to give an example of a budget. All right, so Gabby wrote her example of a budget. Now notice with this term, I put a definition for budget so Gabby can see that, and she just needs to give an example of a budget. And then when she's done writing, she clicks this. And then here is her flashcard. She's got the picture, and she can edit the drawing if she wants to add something to it. Here's her example of a budget. She can edit the text. When she's happy with it, she's going to click looks good, and this is what it looks like. It drops on the little assembly line, and that's what the students see. So you're going to have multiple kids adding their card, and you'll see it on the little assembly line. So I'm going to do a couple more, and then I will we'll jump back in. Okay, so let's say that we're all done. It's saying 2 out of the 4. So once you have 4 out of 4 or 10 out of 10, you can stop it at any time. So I'm going to click Quality Control, and this is where we review the vocabulary cards as a group. So right now we've got budget. The company has a budget of 10 million. You as a class could have a discussion. Is that a good example of a budget? I would say yes, so I would click yes, and then you get a little stamp on it. This one, November. November is the month after October and before December. I would say yes. If you say no, it will throw that card away. And then we've got this. When you're all done, you have a choice. You can print the set, but what's really cool is you can export these to Gimkit. So I'm going to export to Gimkit, name, and then I'm going to export it to Gimkit Live. Now, you could copy this and send it out like through Lightspeed to your class. You could simply go right to the set. So if I click on here, you'll get to see what it looks like. It looks it kind of reminds me of Cahoots a little bit. So here is this. This doesn't look like very much fun, but right here is practice. So this is, and then the students will get to see their picture, which is kind of fun. So this is, what is this? Example, November is, well, that's an easy one because that's November. And then it says correct. And then it should give me another one. Oh, continue. So no definition. Oh, because we did not put a definition for toolbar. So that's why it's kind of important to put a definition. I think Gimkit works better if you add the definition. So a strip of icons on a computer display provided, oh, that is a toolbar. Yay! So it's very fun for the kids, I think, and it just keeps going and going and going. They can just do question and answer, but that practice is where it is kind of fun. All right, I'm going to go back to this because I didn't want to ignore the fact that Share to Google Classroom popped up too. So if I do Share to Google Classroom, It's going to ask me which classroom to share to. So I'm going to do my practice set. I can choose, and I'm going to create material. And then I'm going to go. It's going to open up what it looks like. And practice for the test. I can make this a little bit bigger here, and then right there it's got the link to Gimkit right away, and I can post, and then you could post if you had a topic, you could post. So I'm going to put it in assignment examples and post. You could also schedule, which is always a nice option, but you can post. So pretty cool. So that is Flashcard Factory. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you get in there and play it, because this is something this is a resource that the district invests in. So I'd love to hear your feedback after you do this in your class, or if you would like me to come into your classroom and we can do a Flashcard Factory lesson together if you want to. And let me know if you have any questions, and of course, have a great day.